welcome back to my channel. My name is D'Andrea if you're here for the first time, but you can call me Drea. I'm just a Christian woman who wants to help you get closer to God. Now, if you clicked on this video because you think that I'm going to tell you that your standards are too high, no, that is not what I'm here to tell you today. Today, I'm going to just help you to identify where your standards are. Some of y'all have made your preferences your standards, and in some cases, that's understandable. But on the other hand, it can make you materialistic and only drawn to appearances. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so let me break it down. Okay, so let's just say your standards. You say your standards. Somebody asks you what your standards are, and you say, oh, he gotta be tall. He gotta be 6'3", 6'4". 7 foot would be better, but he needs to be at least 6'3". He needs to look good. He needs to wear J's. He need to have every pair of J's. He need to know how to dress. He need to know how to dress professional. He need to be hood. He need to be smart. He need to drive a Camaro. He need to have a lot of money. You get the picture? Or maybe you're a guy and your standards are, she gotta have that Coca-Cola body. She gotta have her hair done, nails done, everything. Sweetie, if your standards only consist of outer appearance, material things, and surface level character traits, then your standards are actually low. The girls ain't gonna like that. So let's say you do meet that type, that standard type that I just named. You got him, he's 6'3", tall, funny, hood, smart, Camaro, German Shepherd or a pit bull, whatever, you know, he got all that. But he lacks integrity. He's selfish. He's a narcissist. He's a liar. He has a bad temper. He can't control his flesh. He's led by his flesh. Would you still stay with him? Would you still talk to him, put up with him, you know, marry him, be in a relationship with him? No, because he's 6'3". He's 6'3". He's hood. He's smart. He got a pit bull, got his own apartment, he got money. He might, you know, mentally or physically abuse you, you know, but, you know, you still got them other things, right? Right? Wrong. The point of having standards, high standards at that, this is just my opinion, and I feel like everyone should think like this. Not everyone's gonna think like this, but the point of having high standards is to better your chances of being with someone who's gonna help you bring glory to God. It should be the goal. It's the ultimate goal when it comes to relationship, when it comes to significant others, spouse. Well, for me. Now, I am not saying that outer appearances do not matter. I'm not saying that you should not look at someone outer appearance and not have any standards or preferences when it comes to what somebody looks like on the outside, because appearances do matter. Okay, let's be real. It does matter. It is perfectly okay if you want someone who carries himself in a certain kind of way. And there's also nothing wrong with being attracted to the person that you're talking to. Okay, you should be attracted to them. If you're talking to someone you're not attracted to because they have a good personality, and you don't like looking at their face, why? If you find them ugly, then you ain't gotta talk to them. Like, if you just cannot get past their face, if you're forcing yourself to get past what their face look like and stare at their personality, you're doing, that's unnecessary, okay? You should be able to like what you're looking at. Well, you find ugly, and that person might find pretty, so let them go and let them find somebody that's gonna think that they pretty. So there's nothing wrong with wanting all that stuff, but I'm just here to tell you today, don't stop there. Your standards should not end there. High standards, real, mature, high standards have more to do with the internal and less to do with the external. If you were to sit down right now and make a list of what your standards are, and majority of the things on that list are centered around what a person looks like, basic personality traits like funny, smart, cute, nice, outer appearances, lifestyle, material things, then your standards are low. Why? Because they lack substance. They lack meat. They lack weight. They lack maturity. So if you don't understand where I'm going by now, let me give you a few examples of what your standards should be, okay? I feel like these standards, these examples that I'm about to give y'all are basic standards that everyone should have. So having high standards is you not settling for a liar, not settling for a manipulator, not settling for someone who's unreliable, not settling for someone who's controlled by their flesh, not settling for someone who doesn't have a relationship or even know God, not settling with someone who has a poverty mindset, poor spending habits, not settling for someone who is disrespectful to others, always finding something to complain about, always mad, always upset, always nagging, not settling for someone who's always following the crowd, can't think for themselves, is a follower, and I can go on and on. Like, don't them things sound like red flags to you? Instead of dealing with those things, your standards of what you expect and what you want would be someone who's honest, even when it may hurt. Someone who's responsible and accountable. You should want someone who's led by God, who is financially literate, actually works on making good spending habits, making good spending choices. Someone who sets goals for themselves and makes practical steps to actually achieve them. Someone who is constantly working on themselves, know that they're a work in progress, and somebody who's humble. Do you get the picture? Do you get the picture by now? I hope you do, because I'm not gonna go on and on. I can, but I'm not gonna go on and on. I hope you're getting the picture now. Listen, I'm only telling y'all this because I wish someone would have told me that my standards were low. Now, you ain't gotta take my advice, all right? You do not have to take my advice. But if you're still watching this video, why not take it? Oh, and another thing, pay attention to behavior, because a person's behavior can tell you if they possess a trait that you said that you're not gonna put up with. For an example, I got a few examples. This man only talks about himself. All he do is talk about himself, and then as soon as you get a chance to speak, to say something, he will quickly make this conversation about him. He will quickly relate it to him and just start bad talking about who he is and what he did and blah, 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 blah. Run. People who lie about the smallest stuff. Now, you probably think small lies really don't matter, but they really do. I really, honestly, you know what? I'm probably inflicting my own opinions on y'all. But no, I don't think I'm inflicting my own opinions on y'all, because this is things that I peeped and I feel like a lot of people need to see and then people need to understand. People who lie about the smallest stuff are a danger to society. Let me explain. Let's just say you're talking to a guy about football. Y'all talking about the NFL. Y'all talking about which teams are good, which teams suck, which teams are slept on, which players are slept on. And out of nowhere, like, y'all just talking about NFL now. Y'all just talking about NFL players. Out of nowhere, he said something like, oh, well, when I was in college or when I was in high school, I played football all 4 years and I got MVP all 4 years. But he never got MVP. And if you didn't ask him about his football career or insinuate that you like football players, like y'all were just having a regular football conversation, and he just lied like that, and it's like you find out later that he lied because he got no trophies or no medals, and you met people who went to school with him and they said they was trash in football, they told you he got MVP. It's like you went out your way to lie about something you didn't have to lie about. Like I said, those people are a danger to society. Run. So do y'all get what I'm saying? I'm just trying to tell y'all, be more specific with your standards. Be more intentional with your standards. Be more mature with your standards. Make sure your standards got some substance, because your standards and your boundaries, that foundation don't need to be rocked, okay? You need to have high standards. You need to have the confidence and the self-control, the self-respect to stand firm in your standards, because ain't nobody gonna protect your standards. You gotta protect your standards. If you don't respect your standards, how can you expect the next person to respect your standards? There are so many people out there who are in toxic and degrading relationships because their standards have no substance. And I just don't want that to be you. And if that was you, if that is you, it don't have to be you anymore. I had to learn this the hard way, okay? But you don't. So this concludes my video. I hope this conversation edified you, taught you some things. I hope that you learned something, gained something from this. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for viewing, and I'm gonna see you next time. Peace up. I'm not from A-Town, but I'm gonna put the A-Town down. Bye, y'all. Not as specific as in, oh, she need to have 10 toes and 9 hands to be a good mama. What? Have standards for good internal good things. I said 10 toes and 9 hands.